back on the 92. Got to do the exhaust. Oh, spark plugs and wires. Transmission, gasket, and filter. Whatever else I can think of that needs to be done. Several more things. This one will be in an upcoming video. Then when it gets real cold outside, we're going to tear into the Corvette and see if we can put a different motor in it. Let's get started on the 92. There's a new cross pipe for this truck. I'm going to run 2 into 1 so it'll come out 2-inch. And then that's 3-inch, so it's 2 into 3. And I'll run 3-inch all the way out the back. Alright, I got the crossover pipe in. I need to go and get the oxygen sensor. Then I'll have to weld this up. Oh, we gotta put the drive shaft back in. All right, got the exhaust all welded. Got the oxygen sensor in there. Filled her up with antifreeze. Check the oil. Power and steering fluid's good. I had to tighten down the distributor. She'll start right up now. Oil pressure gauge ain't working. Water temp ain't working. That fuel gauge ain't right. Tach's working. Got a miss somewhere. It's probably a spark plug dumping all that gas in it. So next we're going to do I'm going to do the U-joint on this drive shaft. This one here. We'll do it out on the press. Used to just beat these down with a hammer and then put the new ones in, but I got that press. That's way easier. Got it from Harbor Freight, $100 or something. There we go. So we pushed one cap out. I was hoping maybe I could squeeze it out the other side, but it's not, so I'm going to have to push it back through. Alright, let's try and put the new one in without a press. So you just want to put a socket underneath the hole that's, you know, bigger than the holes so the it'll go through there. And make sure it's as level as you can get it. I'd put a piece of pipe back there. If you look down in there, there's little needles. So I use a bolt where it'll fit just down inside there, so that the needles don't go everywhere when you start hitting it. Okay, don't hit it too hard. Gently. Now the tricky part. That one's a little bit bigger than this one. So the small ones go in here. Gently. These go on the ends. I just tap on that to make sure it goes down in the seat, because there's a little groove around in there that clip goes into. This groove goes on your axle, yoke of your axle. You got to put this clip in there. Now we just got to put it in the truck. Alright, can we see this? Inside there, there's one spot that's bigger than the rest of them. If we can find it. There it is. Right here. So you drive shaft will only go in one way. On the transmission, you just got to find it and match it up, and then we can put the back in. I got these brushes that come in a package. These things are super handy for digging dirt out of holes. Get out of here. All right, now we got the dry shaft in it. See if this thing will move on its own. Feels like it's got brakes. Uh-oh. All right, stay running. Roll the window down. See if it'll move. Oh, it's moving. It's stopping. Oh yeah. Now we just need to take it for a test drive. Shut the hood. All right, let's see if we can make it around the block. It's running kind of rough. This is the first time this truck's moved since I've had it, and I've had it about 2 years. Oh, it needs shocks. But we're moving. Heck yeah. alternator ain't working. So in order to change the alternator, you gotta take the belt off. I'm just going to take it off the alternator and just let it lay there, so I don't have to take the whole thing out. So to take the tensioner belt loose, 16 millimeter, and you got a 13 millimeter bolt on this side of the alternator. You got a plug in here. You just pull that little tab that pops out. This is not supposed to come out like that. You're supposed to take that nut off, not the whole bolt. This is a 15 millimeter. Another 13 millimeter. Make sure you disconnect the battery. There we have it. All right, I got the new alternator. Let's see. It was 128. They gave me $40 for the old one. Hang on to that. Make sure you keep your nut, because they didn't give me one, so I had to find one out of my bolt bin. Let's get this thing installed. The battery. Make sure we didn't screw nothing up. See what we're getting. 15.5, we're doing good. I'm gonna change the spark plugs, and I got these wire holder loom things, and I'll put the air cleaner on it. Hopefully we don't have to buy any spark plug wires, but probably will. Hopefully not. See if we can get this thing to run a little smoother. It was running rough last time. So I'm gonna do that and see what happens. There's a way to check these, but I don't care. I think these are supposed to be at 35, which they are. We're going to go 40. I wonder if it says up here. Yep, 35. It's really wet and smells like gas. Alright, I've got all the plugs changed. Next, I'm going to change this. This is the spark control module. Got it from LMC, that's the part number. Let's put new spark plug wires on it, might as well. Got those from AutoZone, I think. And then I spray painted the air cleaner. Cut some holes in it, you know, make it look better. New element. Alright, let's pull the cap off and clean it. I ain't going to replace it, I'm just going to clean it.
Shine your light, big and bright, that's what you should do. Well, if you let your bright light shine, all the world will shine on you. Sweet cold rain, love to sing, she had the golden pipes, but only lonely in her bedroom with the door all locked up tight. But never.
So the cap don't look bad. That doesn't look too bad either. So I'm just going to clean them up. Good enough.
That singing bird, they called the local news. The cameras came and Corey became the world's favorite chanteuse. So shine your light, big and bright, that's what you should do.
Alright, so next I'm going to change this spark control module. And you want to put grease on the bottom side of it. So let's get the old one out. Let's see. Just right back here. Two plug-ins, two little screws, and then there's a plug-in on the back side. And there's the other little plug-in. Let's see. There's the two little screws. And then you just want to open this up. Put this grease on the back. like so. And I'll install it and I'll be back. Alright, I've got the cap back on and the rotor. Make sure you don't forget that. So now I'll change the spark plug wires one at a time so I don't forget where they went. So I'll knock that out real quick. And then we'll start it and put the air cleaner on it and see if she runs better. Some of these spark plug wires are longer than what I want, because originally they went behind the motor and then came back. And I don't like that. So I might have to use some old ones for a little bit until I go buy another set. I would cut the ends off of them. I might try it later, but for now we'll just keep going. Well, that's going to have to do for now. Let's start it and see how she does. Got to change the coil wire. Alright, I changed the cap and rotor because it wouldn't start for some reason. So let's try that. Alright, success. So I'm going to throw the air cleaner on it next. make somebody mad about it. Let's try it again. Alright, on to the next thing. Alright, I got the old filter out. It smells burnt. Don't really look too bad in the pan though. It's just dirt from the transmission when I dropped it, but pretty clean. Just burnt. It's pretty easy to do. You just take them 16 bolts out, right? Yep, 16 bolts. Just use a pan. Use turkey pan. That's what I use. And the filter just pulls off. It just plugs up in there. It's easy to change. And when you put the new gasket on, just put a couple bolts in there to hold the gasket, and then put it up there and put your bolts back in. There we got the 4 bolts to hold the gasket. I'll get her a towel and wipe that out, and we're back in. We'll be done with that. Alright, we're under here with the transmission. The only thing you gotta be worried about is right up in that hole there's a little gasket. You can kind of see it in there. Make sure you get that out and put the new one in. Well, that thing's in there. Huh. Alright, hold on. Alright, I got it out. It's just a little rubber gasket deal. You got the wrong one. That one's square. The one I got is not square. And this is bigger and shorter. That one's longer, skinnier. So, let's go back to the parts store. Alright, back to the parts store. I got the right filter this time with the right O-ring. There's the old one. So now I'm going to throw this in there and bolt it up and dump some fluid in it, and maybe we'll take it for another test drive. Alright, I got the filter back in, the pan back on. Just start it up, check the fluid, make sure I got enough in there, and then we'll go for a test drive. see what happens. Dang. Nope, that ain't good. Okay. Something ain't right. See nothing leaking, but sounded like our timing wasn't very happy. So we might have to do some adjusting. Okay. The transmission cable wasn't on there, and I adjusted the timing a little bit, and it ran way better, shifted smooth. But then I noticed it's slowing down faster than what it should. And when I checked the temperature on this wheel, it was 400 and 78 degrees. And when I checked the temperature on this wheel, it was only 150 degrees. So I'm gonna have to change the brake lines for sure. But it ran better when I drove it around the block again. So that'll be it for this video. Next video we'll do the headlights up here, turn signals, the brakes, probably brake lines, rear bumper, the interior. So that'll be all in the next video. So until then, don't be mad about it.